I'd say
Here
more.
we go.
Oh, yeah!
Good morning, everybody out there. Good morning, good morning. As you can tell, I had high hopes for Secret Invasion. And so I had to use that at least once. But we've got the panel here. We've got everybody here this morning that decided to be here, which is awesome. 1776 had a prior engagement, so she won't be showing up, but I hope she has a great day. We do have Kitty. Good morning,
Hi.
Kitty. How are you?
Okay, I might have to step out for a few minutes for a phone call. These birthdays, they just happen. But
They keep happening.
you guys will be okay without me, I'm sure. But I'm
Oh,
here
for a
now.
little while, absolutely, yeah. Otherwise, what was that Seth Rogen movie? Sausage Party. That's what it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
talking about the movie, is what we're talking about. But we do have some stuff, really interesting things I think to talk about. Today we also have Cole. Good morning, Cole. How is South America treating you?
Pretty good outside of the dogs barking again for the billionth time.
They
Yeah,
find another
Dogs
woman to
do.
chew on?
probably, yeah.
Oh, dear.
I heard
God.
some screaming, so yeah. I recently went to the doctor and apparently got diagnosed with TMJ, which was fun. Other than that, my week's been pretty good.
What does that
What's
stand
that?
for?
It's like some like jaw pain issue, and it can lead to like arthritis and stuff. It leads to like it makes it so you like have a regular cold and like ear infections and stuff and jaw pain, and it makes you think you
No.
just have like a cold or an ear infection, but it's actually that. And I apparently had it for a little while because my jaw popped or slid once, and there was lingering pain every once in a while, and I just figured it out now. And I have to
Well,
like
that's going to
do
cut
some
into your
treatments
side
now.
hustle.
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, have to do some treatments, I guess. And if it doesn't work, then I might need surgery. So
Are the initials TMJ?
yeah.
Too much. Okay.
No,
All right.
total MCU junkie. Total MCU junkie.
There we go. There we go. We also have Nate. Nate is with us today. Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
You're looking
definitely.
dandy.
I actually woke up like 30 minutes ago. I slept in today, so
Well, good for you. Good for you. Everybody needs a
still
rest.
still trying to wake up a little bit.
Hmm. And we have my favorite, the jaded fanboy.
Hello.
Ready to
Awesome. Ready to jade.
expose you.
jade us.
No, just drop truth bombs. That's
I'm
all.
feeling very, very jaded right now.
And as always, his arch enemy and my good buddy Warren. Good morning, Warren. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We got some Jonathan Majors update. Finally, we got a Jonathan Majors update, which I find it kind of interesting because the update is that he's got another court date.
I feel like I've
shoot.
read that 12
I
times.
thought you meant he was on it. I thought you mean he was dating someone.
No,
I don't think you get the date, and it's like, I was wondering who the chick was.
but Megan Good, I don't know who that is, but she found an opportunity to get seen by the paparazzi. Jonathan Majors to face trial in August on domestic violence charges. So the biased news reporting continues as represented in this snippet here. Actor Jonathan Majors appears in major criminal court on Tuesday in person for the first time as he faces charges that he assaulted a woman in March. Majors entered the domestic violence portion of the New York City criminal court wearing a brown suit and carrying 2 books in his hand, one appearing to be a Bible. Alongside him were his attorney and new girlfriend, actress Megan Good. At the time of the arrest, Chaudhry said her client was completely innocent and the video evidence and witness testimony would prove it, adding that the woman he allegedly assaulted had taken back her accusation. So they went through most of this, saying some things about him and the way his demeanor, like he looked guilty, just sitting silent, selling. I left all that out because it was too biased. I wanted to try to get to the meat of it, so I had to swing down to the bottom of the article. In a statement to the Huffington Post immediately following his Tuesday status conference, Chaudhry said her team delivered additional compelling evidence to the district attorney last week that alleged the individual was the one who assaulted Majors. This evidence includes videos of the accuser's frenzied attack on Majors and his running away from her, Chaudhry said. We also provided photographs illustrating the injuries she inflicted on Mr. Majors and photos of his clothing torn as a direct consequence of the accuser's violent actions. Chaudhry said she requested that the district attorney dismiss all charges against Majors and initiate proceedings against the individual who she says assaulted the actor. And he's set to return to court in August. So if there's going to be any type of dismissal, we got to wait till August. So we'll be sitting in limbo till then. What do you guys think?
Don't care.
Well, I mean, it feels like I heard this report 50 times by now. He
Yeah.
gets a new date.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's kind of what I was thinking. It sounds
But
like
that's
it literally sounds like the same song, just a different day.
Yeah, but now there's new claims of new stuff.
I just
That say
want
the
it to
same
be
thing.
over. So, go get to the date, do the thing, and let's get this case closed.
Yeah, I want to know if he actually did it because, I mean, they say they have all this evidence, but the public
want the evidence.
the public
Yeah.
hasn't been allowed to see an ounce of it.
I saw a piece.
You know, they want to sit
Oh,
there
yeah?
and talk about how guilty he is, but don't want to back it up with this supposed evidence that's.
I have
out
footage
there.
of it. I drove my drone into the taxi while it was happening, and I recorded it. He grabbed a chair, her in the face with it, WWE style.
Did a rock bottom
My
on her.
God.
Yeah, and had a great-
Awesome.
Oh, sorry.
My goodness.
That was horrible.
What did you see?
The only thing I saw was she just looks like unharmed, and she said her hand. I'm looking at this video. I'm like, lady, nothing happened to you. What are you doing? Like, it's one of those cases where, no offense, I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but
You fit right in.
she got burned. He's moved on, and what do you do when you're hurt? You go after the other.
You
part.
lash out.
You lash
You
out.
know, I miss the days when jilted girlfriends just slashed your tires. Or
I was
your
gonna
car.
say. I was like wondering.
What happened to the old-fashioned women out there?
So to me, this is just.
I just ran her over with my car.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm on the same boat with you
Jesus.
guys. I want them to move on. I want to see court dates. I want to see them actually in court. This is kind of, and then the officer, shout out to Chillmonger, of course. The officers kind of playing, what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word. Trying to
Coach her?
put, coach her, and how
Feeder lines?
and yeah, it's just so disgusting. It's like, look here, Rent-A-Cop, Larry, why are you doing this? I don't understand. Just do your job and call it a day.
And I want to hear about that. That's the thing. All of this is speculation for me. I want when it goes into evidence, then we can really talk about it.
Right.
We've
So,
been
yeah.
burned before with these things. We'd be like, oh my God, we think this is the first audio that I heard of Johnny Depp. I was like, holy crap. And then you hear Amber and you're like, oh shit, never mind. So I just want to hear everything.
I mean,
Someone's bad.
let's look at this way. Does she really want to go to court? This guy has more money than her. Come on, this is a waste of time.
I don't know. Maybe she has an OnlyFans account.
Even then, I don't know. That's my take. Let's move on. I mean, not this topic. I mean, just move on with.
Yeah.
Let's get.
I mean,
let's see you in court. Let's hit the cameras. Talk. Open your mouth. Stop. You know. That's at this point. That one. So.
yeah. Good job, Warren.
Open up wide. Open
No,
your
she's
mouth.
just at this point. She's just a roach. You ever have a roach that just won't go away? You kill one, you stomp on
No.
one, they keep. It's just a roach.
Don't stomp on them. He didn't stomp on her even.
I wouldn't either. That was a waste of energy and dirt on the floor. Why would I want that?
Oh, I like the laugh track.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I paid extra
I want
for
one
it.
of those.
I feel like he's been waiting for the past like 24 hours just to use it.
You need
No,
to-
not 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Nico says, you never know someone can open a GoFundMe and she'll be flush. Back to
How
the Amber
flush?
Heard jokes. Tony says, yo.
Yo.
Tony.
Rosales, you gotta help me with the soundboard and things like that. I want one of those so bad.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So that's just
Absolutely.
on the.
Yeah, this major's thing. I mean, just have really one thing to say about it, though. To all the people who, when this first happened, you sat on the fence instead of blindly picking a side. Give yourselves a round of applause for being normal. And for all the people who picked a side and are going to be proven wrong in court.
There's the round of applause.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
for all the people who picked a side blindly and are going to be proven wrong in court, you're a clown. And for all the people who picked a sign blindly and who will be proven right in court, though, you're still a clown. So yeah,
You
there's
gambled.
3 sides.
Well, glad to know I'm a normal human being at least. That's
I'm pretty
reassuring.
sure everybody on here is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the dog hat that has issues.
You mean this dog currently wearing a straight jacket? No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
He's having issues, so we had to put a shirt on him to keep him from scratching.
Oh.
Yeah.
He looks kind of pitiful right now. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of looking at me right now, like, "Why did you do this to me? I didn't
And
do
now you're
anything to
talking
you."
about it. Oh, look at him!
Ooh,
Hi.
man.
Face cam, face reveal. Woo!
You know, with your hand there, it almost looks like your shirt's open and you're kind of channeling Kraven.
We're not talking
Next,
about that.
hey, we're not on that topic yet. We're on flash number. Flash numbers
That's
are
right.
in.
That's right. See,
Is that why we got a
Well,
camera? Because
maybe we shouldn't have
Tony's
brought
been-
that one up.
Did you come on, Tony?
I don't understand this running joke from like 2020 that only Jaden knows and Cole. It still goes on. Like I don't get it why, but
Do you got something you want to elaborate on?
You know, it's amazing when a joke will transcend many, many years and many, many live streams. It's just amazing.
It makes them a
The
lot of
staying
money.
power.
All right.
I can't even count on my fingertips how many running jokes me and my family have just because we played D&D for so long.
But
There's
how
so
many
much-
involve disappearing a hooker?
Not hookers. I mean, we made a
Wait, what?
princess disappear. She was a bitch.
Same thing.
Wait, same thing.
All princesses are hookers. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You want the keys to the castle? Give us a kiss.
You won't get hurt.
So the flash numbers are in, and they're not doing well. And at the same time, WBD decides they're going to sell 50% of their IP music. Is it all related? Kind of, but not really.
No.
Really.
no.
Conspiracy theory.
Flash is dropping like a brick in a lake at the box office.
The last I heard, they said they're predicting like a 70% drop off. Something like
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not that uncommon anyway. So
I mean, it's only been in theaters for one weekend. I mean, that seems kind of outlandish.
no, we
Well,
second week drop
I
off.
mean,
for
the biggest
usually,
thing is it never made any much money the first time around, and then it's
That's the
dropped to
problem.
70. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it made 500 million the first week and then it has a 70% drop off, it's the difference between having only made 150 million and then having a 70% drop off. That's where the impact actually cuts in.
Right.
and I think probably the thing nobody's talking about is the dozens upon dozens of preview screenings that happened weeks before the movie came out, and the dozens of test screenings around the country to get people's opinions on how they should change the movie even more. So, even though it's a different head of state at the company, there was massive amounts of meddling from the very beginning through the change-up up until about the release. So, it's like, and with all those extra screenings, how many people? I mean, I saw it. I didn't go back and see it a second time. So everybody who saw it in the preview screenings probably didn't go back to see it when it came out. You haven't seen it?
No, I don't care for spoilers. I've just been so busy these last 2 weeks. This is the first week and I'm home.
Oh yeah,
Where you been?
out.
In
No
Japan.
Yeah.
No, Tokyo. Yeah.
Yeah, had to leave Tokyo rather quickly. So
Territory. Claiming territory. That's what we're in. Staking his claim.
There's a lot of hookers in Tokyo, so I
You
get it.
know it.
Yeah, in the Philippines.
there's a little less now though.
I mean,
So wait, who has seen it?
I've seen it.
I've
Seen
seen
what?
You like tried?
The Flash.
I
The
see.
Flash.
Yeah, you guys can spoil it. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I don't care. I already. The moment I saw, I linked that article to you in the chat. The moment I saw that it made 64 million, I'm like, this is bad. Like, you can't
Wow.
you can't have Keaton, Ezra, supposed Michael. Not supposed. You have Michael Shannon. You have the girl playing Supergirl, and all you bring in is Ben Affleck, Batfleck comes back in for the Snyder cultist, and you make 64 million on an opening weekend. That's trash. I'd rather eat goat vomit. Come on, man. This is terrible.
Goat
How
vomit? Why
much
is it specifically goat vomit?
That's not fair. How much a movie brings in has nothing to do with how good or bad the movie is.
Jaded, come on. Any movie, doesn't even have to be a DC Marvel movie, if they have expected numbers. You're telling me that 64 million is satisfactory?
Oh no,
for
no,
what
no!
they want?
I'm not saying those are good numbers. I'm just saying,
Correct.
basing the fact that a movie is good or bad because it didn't bring in a lot of money is not fair. Because Thor: Love and Thunder brought in tons of cash, and that was a crappy movie.
I agree. I have not
Like
seen
I said,
that.
the amount of money a movie brings in shouldn't be the part of your.
It's an indicator to me because when
All-time vomit.
Oh yeah, because the general audience are so great at picking the winners.
no, what I mean is an indicator to me, right? When they've been for the last since mid 2021 when they kept pushing it back. They're like, this movie's gonna be great. It's gonna break numbers. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
64 million. Come on, like.
Well, you don't expect them to go, we're pushing it back because it's got a lot of issues. They're not going to do that. They're gonna praise it and hope that people fall for it. They're going to set out as many fishing poles as they can to make sure people come and see this movie. But the important part is that if they had canceled the movie and tried to write it off or whatever, there were people that they would have had to have paid regardless of whether the movie came out or not. Now that the numbers are in and they didn't reach a threshold, they don't have to pay those guys because they lost fair and square in the market. So, the investors aren't going to get their money back, and they don't have to pay them back because they only have to pay on how much money they made, and they're not making it. So, you know, there's always a reason why they go for one movie and not another movie. So there's
Right.
that.
Well,
But
plus this
go ahead.
movie is, it's no secret to anybody that this movie has been very controversial leading up to its release. I mean, it's been dragged through the mud
No, really?
with with the whole Ezra Miller situation.
no.
I mean, I personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen.
That's not enjoyment. I'm kidding.
I did. I got a little teary eyed at the end, but it's still not the greatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, there's people out there that are treating it like it's the second coming of Christ, and it's not.
Yeah,
It's still a very mid superhero movie that has problems, but it's still pretty enjoyable. But I really think it's been dragged through the mud with all the controversy surrounding it, and it's made people very hesitant to kind of go and see it, just because they don't want to support Ezra Miller and his antics.
Well, I mean,
No, Nico, because what was it? No Way Home did a ton of money, and that was not a good movie.
oh, this motherfucker. I mean, so,
Okay, it's not. Okay, come on. And not only that, let's take the Flash. Let's take the Flash as a comparison. A lot of people were claiming, a lot of people were establishing that the main reason for the success of No Way Home was the nostalgia factor of Toby and Andrew. So if that's the logic, Flash should have been making money simply for the Batman nostalgia. But apparently, all of the people who were going, oh, I love Keaton's Batman. Oh, I'm going to see the movie for Keaton's Batman. Apparently, you didn't go see the movie because guess what? You don't really care about Keaton's Batman. You're just telling people what they want to hear.
okay, my arch nemesis. Listen, first off, you gotta remember that the problem with, I'm not even gonna say whether No Way Home was good. At least there was backstory for No Way Home. People saw the Amazing Spider-Man. People saw Toby, so they came because of those. Like, bringing Keaton back was not gonna do it. Bringing Batfleck, showing him in a trailer is not gonna do it. The problem, that I love that.
Wait a minute. You mean people who saw Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? You mean the people who saw Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and said that they hated that character and that they hated Andrew Garfield, but then when the movie came out, they all changed their tune and said, "Oh yeah, I actually loved Andrew Garfield."
I never had a problem with.
You mean those people? You mean those people?
I never had a problem with that. Spider-Man is there. My problem was always the Green Goblin and that stupid storyline with Electro. They could have done that better. But moving back to this topic, just to stay on topic. You don't bring in why Aquaman did good. I'm gonna go with Aquaman is because they stayed relative to the character. You pick something simple. WB, they keep trying to like go from step 1 to step 2024. Like what are you doing? Just have a Flash movie fight the Rogues. Why are you trying to go back in time? It's not Flashpoint, but it is Flashpoint, and then because
it is Flashpoint.
Exactly.
It pretty much is.
It's a Flashpoint, but it's just not the same way as
That's
in the
my
comic.
point. Why are you jumping hoops instead of just you're a baby? You're starting to walk, and then all of a sudden I want to learn physics.
What you have is too many people trying to do their own thing. I mean, the people that greenlit this movie in the first place were already making moves to switch out the superheroes for a female superheroes. So they were going to get rid of the Batman. They were going to get rid of the Superman. They were going to get rid of the Wonder Woman and replace it with Wonder Guy. Maybe. You never know what they were going to do. But the stories that they had to tell, or that they wanted to tell, had nothing to do with the stories in the comic book. So already you've got that out the window. Secondly, about quality being the numbers, A24 puts out lots of movies that win Oscars, and those awards are supposed to be a sign of quality, and none of them make the numbers that the Flash make. So,
Well, that discredits the Oscars more than anything.
So, you've got different ways of rating whether a movie's good or whether a movie's bad. I think probably the best thing is that it's over.
Yeah, we can finally move on from the old DCEU and kind of move into what guns.
Not yet, because we still have Aquaman 2.
Yeah,
you mean as well?
Does anyone really care about Aquaman 2 and Blue Beetle?
I do.
I mean, I'll still see them when they come out.
Unlike the majority of the general audience, I'm actually a comic book fan. I keep forgetting that part. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to remember that normies are the ones that are going to the movies. You got to make the people that have only enjoyed the movies go to the movies.
I could just see Jaded walking into a movie theater and sitting down in his seat and looking around at the audience and just going, "Fucking normies." He's just outwardly aggressive towards the audience the whole time he's there.
The derision is palatable, believe me.
But
contempt.
But Jade,
I'm just fucking with you, man.
You've been on past streams with me. I've been preaching this for a while. I like the Flash. I've been saying, why would you go from? Why couldn't they have done like, I don't know, the Robes?
Because they don't know what they're doing, Warren.
Yeah. And I agree.
Yeah, it's like, do you forget
I think CW has
charge?
CW's kind of proven that once you have one speedster after another, it gets kind of
repetitive
boring.
and silly. Like,
yeah,
I was having this conversation with someone. I was like, it's funny because after they did Zoom, I didn't watch until season 5 when they did Thinker, because Thinker was someone different. Like, why are you constantly? I don't know. Maybe I swear
Thank
that
you,
the
Nico.
people at DC, hopefully
Gesundheit.
whatever that old regime was, they were on meth every day when they went to office.
Yes.
There's no way that you could come up with this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember the guy who blueprinted all this? Like, he put BVS as their second film, so yeah, I'm sure they all work.
What? I heard a bird. Sorry.
Had a little bit of a dead moment there.
They were all. I want that so bad. They were all high. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were high on life. We've got a second here. I just wanted to let everybody know that I've got a 72-page graphic novel that I've put out for pre-order. You can pre-order it today. There's a limited number of 50 copies that will be signed, numbered, and bagged and boarded, protected with the Gemini packaging, and sent out first-class shipping in the USA, only for $21.99. You can scan the barcode right there in the center of your screen right now, and it'll take you right to the shop where you can pre-order today. Shipping begins in mid-July. Be sure to get your hands on My Frankenstein.
I thought if you scan the code, then you can pirate it for free. That's sad.
How do I get it here?
Come on, Cole, support your boy over here, man.
I would, but I actually can't. I don't have a credit card right now.
Gonzalez, I believe it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
How do I get that here? Will it get you?
How do you get that here? You ask me nicely, and then I ship it to you.
Frankenstein. Okay. That's like my uncle. He just made another character named Kane Savage. That's his new D&D character. But he's like, no, my name is Kane Savage. I'm like, make up your fucking mind. What is your name?
Kane Savage.
I like that. It kind of rolls off the tongue.
I like
but
Savage.
Something about Kane Savage is just awesome.
His enemies will call him Kane Savage.
He's a metalhead, more or less. Anyway.
We've also got some new merch available. The Cookies and Monsters fitted tees for women. Designed specifically by me. It's available through my website, but it'll take you to Redbubble so that it can be shipped all over the world. This
I
is a
like
copy
that.
of it right there. It has a egg cookie
Real-time.
monster.
Baking system.
Yes, if you're a fan of baking, you're a fan of D&D or role-playing games, and you're a fan of cookies and eating, this is the shirt for you.
I don't know why my brain almost went to the Cookies and Cream podcast over on MSK's channel when I
Why
saw
would your
that.
brain go there voluntarily?
I don't know. I was flipped through his channel the other day, and I guess he brought it back. That's
Yeah,
the only
it
reason
was
my
for a
brain
party.
went to it.
Oh, are we talking MSK?
Yeah.
There we go.
Banned.
I mean-
Get the hell out of here. No,
I mean, I'm going to, by the way, see the movie sometime, either tomorrow.
I don't think you'll hate it. Like,
No,
I'll go ahead and
I-
throw that out there. I don't
I
think.
don't
Yeah, the
think
plus
I'll hate
side is you don't have to leave your house to watch it.
I mean, that's true. I could. I think you're right.
No, you
Nate,
can't.
But
I honestly don't think this movie deserves the hate that it's getting. I really don't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
My biggest critique for it at the end of the day is the CGI. There are moments where the CGI and the special effects are very lackluster, and it's
I agree
very
with that.
evident.
I understand.
Other than that, I just thought it was a very fun superhero romp. Like literally, that's the best way I can sum it up.
It was
I
fun.
think-
It was
But I
okay.
think the problem is the traction that maybe this movie might have done a little bit better if Ezra decided maybe not to take ecstasy with meth and shrooms. Maybe.
That's not fun.
Kidnap kids, break into people's houses, and steal
Yeah.
their alcohol. And
Because as much as we want to say the bad press wasn't going to follow, clearly, like Zaslav said that this movie was great when he saw it, apparently. But clearly it's not. I'm sorry, I know Jaded, again, I hate to go by the numbers, but I mean, when you're doing only 64 million and your budget is 200 million,
round two, fight.
like, it's
No,
horrible.
I agree, but I'm saying you can't base it on its quality based on the fact that people aren't.
No, I'm not basing it on quality. I'm basing it on the hype. The hype had it that
Yeah.
because I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna. I'm just saying.
Think about it, Warren. It's making what? It made what? 64 million. If it didn't have- If it didn't have the hype, it would have made even less.
Uh,
Right? I mean,
the
again,
anti-hype
this movie-
even. Yeah.
yeah, like this movie had so much going against it that if it didn't have the hype, it would have pulled in less than probably would have pulled in less than 30 million. But they have to spend 200 million in promoting it just to get the numbers that it got because it was just fighting so much against it. It was.
I mean, right now, Warner Brothers is batting they're looking to strike out because so far, what was the movie before this? Black Adam was terrible. This is terrible. Like, it's like
We are
what?
still-
But that had a lot of hype going into it, and there should have been more people going to see that. You know, if you're going to go by the internet, buzz, then there should have been a lot more people going to see it opening weekend.
Well, it's not
But-
just DC. There's plenty of movies that, me personally, there's plenty of movies I've seen that I really like that don't get the attention they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, your favorite film of last year?
The Northman. Not a lot of people saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still need to go and watch it.
and I saw it.
I
I thought
watched
it was
a
a good
little bit of
movie.
it.
Do it, kidding.
But-
I still haven't finished it.
Yeah.
It's
I got to the woo part and then I stopped.
We talk about that was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news is that they have, I believe, 2 more films, right? Which is Blue Beetle and Aquaman.
Aquaman,
I'm
yeah.
assuming Aquaman is going to be the $1 billion or 800 million movie because of the success it had prior. Blue Beetle, I'm not gonna
My
lie.
dog disagrees.
I'm sorry, but Blue
Yeah.
Beetle fans out there gonna be
well,
nice.
I hope that all these superhero big budget $400 billion movies
Oh,
never make their money back, so they can start making these mid-budget movies like they used to make.
No,
Yeah.
those days are gone.
Those days
No
are gone.
scratching,
I think the
Papa
days
Lou.
of animated movies might start coming back because they're cheaper,
Should.
they're easier to
No.
make, and you can pull off more, like in regards to just having action scenes and stuff like that. It's just much easier to do.
Yeah, it's just as good as live action, yeah.
So to me, but to all the Blue Beetle fans, I don't know why that, like, I don't know why make that movie. I don't know.
Because by the looks of the trailer, they're trying to make Blue Beetle be their version of
Oh,
Spider-Man.
no, good pup. Oh.
If you look at the trailer, he's a kid that's got all these new powers, and he's a gamer because he's got the sword. I forget where it's from. Not Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy.
He's so itchy.
Right.
Oh.
So they're
And he's
trying to
Puerto
make-
Rican.
and he's Puerto Rican. They're just trying to make him their version of Spider-Man. That's all. A young kid that has all these powers and
Then do Superboy. Do new Nightwing.
yeah, which Superboy? Superboy Prime? Yeah, let's do that. That was a good idea.
Okay, Jaden, how many times I've also talked about doing a Nightwing movie?
You're not going to get a Nightwing movie. You're not going to get a Nightwing movie because you need a Robin first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we at least have a Robin before we
Yeah,
have a
it's called The
Nightwing.
Brave and the Bulls when it comes out.
Okay. You're talking about going from step 1 to step 2000.
That was a lot
There's
longer than I expected.
a great example. Let's skip Robin and go straight to Nightwing.
Oh my god, because the thing is, okay, think about it this way, right? You're telling me the world doesn't know who Batman and Robin is? We need a Robin movie? They were about.
You need to have the progression
No.
of the character.
No, they don't. They were about to release this fadoodle of a movie because I'm trying to stay PG. Of a movie of Batgirl, and they took it off the scrap.
It was Batgirl. Who cares? Oh, a female version of Batman.
Oh my god!
Redundant.
Wait a minute. So, wait a minute.
Listen, Batgirl. I explained this on somebody else's stream. I said that Batgirl doesn't have any marketing ability. There's no licensing for Batgirl. There's no tie-in with McDonald's toys or anything else. You have the Flash. And you have Aquaman, you have Blue Beetle. All of them have toys assigned to them. If they were to pull those films and get them out of the theaters, guess what? You have licensing and marketing and people like that. Even if you push a movie back that's that size, if you push it back like you've been pushing The Flash, it's costing money to the licensees who have toys and things ready and available. So, I mean, there was this one time, what was it? There was a movie that was pushed back and they wound up missing their window with the Happy Meal because the Happy Meal toys had to come out in June instead of August when they pushed the date back, something like that. So there are all these complications with these movies being just dropped on an instant. Whereas you got a streaming movie with no licensing deals that Warner Brothers has all of their money in its pocket. Guess what? You can write that off. You can put that in the closet, lock it up, and call it top secret documents and wait for the FBI to come rushing in. There's no reason that that type of character, that particular movie in particular, has any relevance to, say, The Flash or something else that's coming up. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. What I'm saying is we've seen that with the superhero genre movies. You don't need origin stories. You don't need characters. And that's what I was getting at. I'm not saying that you can't do a Robin, but you could start, first of all, you could start the movie off with Robin in there, showing him as Robin.
But which Robin? Because guaranteed they're going to try and go for that little Damian. I hate Damian. But guaranteed
That's it. We get a 30-second cooldown. Everybody to their corners.
Was that your doorbell? Sounds exactly like my doorbell.
Yeah, you got to go get your food, Kitty.
Stop it!
That's what it is.
Oh my God.
Your Uber Eats has arrived. That's what happened.
Well, I don't want.
Oh, is it a salad? Is it a salad with baby chickens?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to beat on a dead horse, but I've been wanting a Nightwing movie because I think he's a potential for a character that that they're missing out on, and that's a lot of money that they.
I don't know. I don't know about.
How
a
often are
movie
you going to
as
use
much
that
as-
phrase? I need to find the horse sound.
I don't know how. I don't know about a movie as much as maybe a TV show. I could watch a Nightwing show.
No, you know.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm
They
sorry.
already have one.
I
They
don't
already have
know.
one. It's called Titans.
I don't know if I. Well, that's not my Nightwing. Anyway.
Hashtag not my
mine.
Not my Nightwing.
I'm sorry. Like I'm still.
Yeah,
No pun intended. I'm still very
Yeah.
jaded
Okay,
from that
phone call
very
time for
first
me,
trailer
guys.
for season
I'll be
1.
back later.
Oh.
Well, in a few
The
minutes.
doorbell
Bye.
was legit.
Don't worry, Kitty, I'll fill in for you.
Is that a
That's
voice
very
changer,
good, yeah.
Mrs.?
I don't know. Anyway, like I was saying, a movie. I think maybe a TV show. I just don't know if I could sit through 2 hours and 10 minutes of Nightwing. As much as I like Nightwing, I just don't know if he's a character that is warranted his own film. I don't know. That's just me though.
I mean, I think it could work, but definitely just only one film, nothing more.
I just think Batman's a bad dad.
All the
Not a
Robins that
dad.
died.
Sure, that doesn't matter because he's not a dad. He's a guardian.
That's right. Oh, you know what? Pedro Pascal should probably make a really good Batman. I mean, he's adopted children in every series he's been in for a while now. The next one should be Damien stabbing him in the back. So
I think that guy. Don't
Yeah.
I saw someone was posting about The Last of Us season 2 on Facebook the other day, and they said, "I can't wait for Last of Us season 2." They've never played the games, and all I did was post a GIF of Abby smashing Joel's head in. I was like, "Are you ready? Are you sure?"
Well, what I will say is, I do think the show might actually fix the issues with the game and do a better job.
Ooh,
And what-
AEW.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. This Sunday. Oh, I picked the wrong one, didn't I?
Yeah.
There we go. This Sunday, which is tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, AEW has their Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which combines New Japan Pro Wrestling with American-style wrestling in a head-to-head. It's the one time of year when these franchises come together and go head-to-head in live action. And for those of you out there who don't know how popular these wrestlers are in Japan, just have a look at this.
岡田これ
岡田さんなおい
俺と勝負しろ
岡田待たせたな
オープンザフラッ
剣絶命人突きかけでアタック
グドラゴンシールド清流の盾
かかったな危険星砕き
何今の技
これが刀ワールドだバディファイトサイバー人軍ブシロード
I like that. That was awesome.
yeah,
That
Okada's
was
amazing.
That was cool.
Welcome back.
So
Oh,
the
They
Japanese
didn't answer,
wrestlers.
so I might have to leave again.
Oh, that's
They're busy.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
And really, you do it very well.
He's gonna perfect it one day, and it's gonna sound just like you.
Perfect.
yeah. I'll get the AI toned in. So they've got about close to a dozen matches happening in the pre-show and in the other show. But real quick, just the highlights of it. You've got Kenny Omega facing off with Will Ospreay.
Oh, that's
Bryan
gonna be
Danielson facing off with Okada. Let's just say that. And I think, MJF, the AEW World Champion, going against Tanahashi for his belt. And then Jungle Boy Jack Perry against Sonata, who he's definitely going to lose to.
Dude, Disney needs to give a phone call to play Tarzan. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. Well, they're going to transition from Jungle Boy, which is what he started off as. They've already given him his name back, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. So I think eventually they're just going to go to Jungle Jack Perry.
That works.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. I like that.
I like Jungle Jack.
It's Jim Ross keeps accidentally saying that, so I think they're going to go that way. Nico says Japan has some of the best entertainment out there. Yeah, I enjoyed that commercial. Made me want to play that game.
They have the best wrestling promotion out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Are you're a big fan of the Stardom? That's what's happening.
Yeah, and I don't follow it like regularly. I've been out of the loop recently a bit in wrestling, so I don't know what's going on at the moment. But yeah, well, and I watch a lot of the older years, and it's really fun to learn about like the past in Japanese wrestling because damn, a lot of crazy stuff went on. Like it was pretty insane. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if anybody like knows him, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised Takahashi has been a little out of the main card loop for a bit in these things. So.
Not really looking forward to CM Punk.
Yeah, he's wrestling too, but
I am. Well, why not, Nate? Why not?
I just think he's an overrated douche.
He's not Canadian, eh?
Yeah, you don't like good wrestling, eh?
No, I don't like overgrown man children that just think they run everything.
Really, what did he do?
So these are my predictions right here. I predict Will Ospreay will win against.
You just described Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, he described Vince McMahon, and he described pretty much everybody.
I'm not denying that. It still doesn't change the fact that he's a dickhead.
I mean, he's a bit arrogant sometimes, but I mean, outside of the recent incident, which, to be fair, nobody was really in the right with, has he really been wrong with anything he's said and done? Not really.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that incident never should have happened. I mean, there's definitely a lot of blame to be thrown around for everybody, but
if you say your door is open and then you lock it, I think that is where he's lying. So.
I mean, that wasn't good to do, but at the same time, they still shouldn't have broke it down.
But
are you surprised? Are you surprised when you call somebody out and they answer the call?
Right.
No, but they still doesn't give them the right either to break down the door. Like that's.
Kitty would be surprised when somebody answers her call and she gets to wish him a happy birthday.
Please.
I just think it's a little hypocritical that he wants to talk about everyone being soft, but literally this whole thing started with him
being soft.
Exactly. So I just think he's a massive hypocritical douchebag.
You know, Kenny Omega was involved in the brawl in the back, and he is defending his IWGP US Heavyweight Championship against Will Ospreay, who happens to be part of the New Japan. So I think it's going back to Japan and coming off of Kenny Omega, because I think Will Ospreay is going to be hanging around AEW for a while.
Dude, that could be match of the night right there. Not gonna lie,
it's going to be a banger for sure. You know. But Bryan Danielson against Okada is also going to be a hard-hitting, stiff slap fest, and there's going to be some chest bleeding for sure when they get through with this. Sonata is in no danger of keeping his belt. CM Punk will win because it's part of the Owen Hart Cup, and he's going to win that. So, Toni Storm is defending her title. Willow has got the Stardom Championship because what's her name? She used to be called Sasha Banks.
You don't hurt her ankle. Name?
I don't care. She hurt herself wrestling Willow, who she was supposed to beat, and they had to call an audible, and now Willow is she's very dangerous in the ring. She's got the title now, so I don't think she's going to be carrying two titles walking out of this. So then you have a four-way for the International Championship, AEW. They've been playing up Orange Cassidy's injuries as he's been defending the title week after week. And I believe Jack Sabre Jr. is going to come in and torture one of these other two losers on either side who don't have titles and take it from him. So there's a couple of other matches, a lot of them in the pre-show. I I didn't have time for the graphic on that, so we're just going to gloss over them. Do you guys have any thoughts on this other than the brawl?
I'll give it a look so I can be more informed. Yeah,
I think
actually look.
I like I said, I think Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. That could end up being match of the night, just because, dude, they are so fast. The speed and intensity of the way they do things is just absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Both of those guys go full bore, bell
dude.
to bell.
Yeah.
They can go 30 minutes at full speed without any rest holds or anything. So it's definitely going to be supercharged. And I feel bad for whoever follows them, because that's going to have to be the cool down match,
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Bryan Danielson, I'm looking forward to that match. MJF, I could definitely expect some kind of antics to come out of that, just because when MJF is involved, there's always antics.
Oh, yeah. He does that old school style of wrestling where it's kind of like shades of Roddy Piper when he gets into the ring.
Jack Perry, I can expect a pretty good one-on-one match right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty good performer, and when he hits his spots, he hits them pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to take some risks, definitely, for sure, because he's trying to establish himself the way the women do. So I think Jack's going to bleed. I don't think he'll juice the hard way, but he's definitely going to blade for sure to get get his street cred. Warren, which one do you think is going to have the ref bump?
If I had to be the ref, man, I'm gonna say the one with CM Punk for sure.
really, you don't think the one with MJF?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with CM Punk or Kenny Omega, because if it might, with all the intensity and everything, the referee, oh my god, I got knocked out the ring by the speed and flat on the floor. Oh.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go with Cole. I'm gonna say MJF on that one.
Yeah.
Jaded, are you a wrestling fan?
I used to. Well, I was a fan of wrestling. I don't know what it is now. It's an entertainment business. So I kind of dropped off of wrestling a few years back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah. Well,
it was
team
funny
match
because
will be good.
It was funny because I ended up not too long, like a couple of days ago, I ended up going on YouTube and I ended up checking out some old clips of Roddy Piper, and I go, God, they don't make, like, the whole concept of heels and baby faces have changed, and it's like
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, it's like the whole concept of what a heel is has changed. The whole concept of what a baby face has changed. And again, I grew up with one type of wrestling, and this, just like Nate said, it's not my Nightwing. Like Titans is not my Nightwing. This is not my wrestling. It's just not my wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it has a lot to do with kayfabe. I mean, the definition of what kayfabe has changed over the years so much as well. Back in the glory days of wrestling, you could kind of, before kayfabe was really brought into the spotlight, you could kind of suspend your disbelief a little bit. But now that everyone knows it's fake and staged, it's definitely kind of changed the dynamic of how wrestling works and how people view it.
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's powerful, though, to at least keep it to an extent. Like, even when it was broken, like Undertaker and others still keeping it for a while was powerful. I think that's the issue. Like, it's fine to have, like, social medias and such, but I think they go way too overboard with it.
Yeah, they do a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of scary when they go into the audience. I mean, ooh, what if they steal your cup? I mean, that's like $8 for a cup, right?
Oh, yeah. Happens a lot in basketball. Mm-hmm.
I'll ask Kitty. I haven't heard your voice. What do you think about all this?
I think there will certainly be wrestling.
I mean, not a wrestling gal, huh?
Nice. Nice.
That's all I'm not a
Yeah,
wrestling gal.
I think that's a good take. There might be wrestling, yeah.
There might be
I think
wrestling.
that there's going to be a fight, yeah. There's going to be some fighting.
Okay, hold on. How long will this pay-per-view be?
Their pay-per-views are usually about 3 hours, something like that.
This was probably going to run 4.
Here's the question, though. How much of it is going to be of actual wrestling?
Ah.
A good majority
So
of it.
am I wrong? I'm
I think the
wrong.
majority
He's
of
not
it
gonna
will be wrestling. Like that.
I've
usually
seen.
is.
I've watched a lot of their pay-per-views. A lot of their pay-per-views are. It's a lot of wrestling and not a lot of talking.
That
There's
was
gonna be
a
15 to
criticism
20
you guys
each match.
brought once.
Each match should probably be about at a minimum of 15 minutes long, with some of them running 30 minutes,
Okay.
except for the women's match, which is probably going to get 10 to 5.
Oh yeah. Listen, I was never the biggest fan of Monet anyway, so if at least the person who injured her was good, I would be like, okay, but I hate Nightingale, so
She jumped off the apron and broke her ankle. That lady, Willow didn't even push her off. Willow was waiting for a stomp. She was laid up in the corner.
Listen, I was just
injured
taking your
herself.
guys' word for it because I didn't see the clip, so you guys said she injured her jokingly.
Well, a lot of wrestlers are dangerous.
No, I said she was dangerous. She took Anna
herself.
Jay, and she was going to put her through a table in a sit-down power bomb off of the stage, and she landed herself through the table, and Anna Jay slammed onto the concrete. No
Sounds
break.
like-
So Willow is still learning. She's only 2 years into the in the industry, and the more chances she takes, the more opportunity she has to injure
More
somebody
ankles she breaks.
Mm-hmm.
through not necessarily carelessness, but with a lack of skill,
Well-
and training.
Oopsie. That's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
But
I will say
Monet-
it's kind of the same
Monet
thing
slipped
with
off the
her.
corner and fell down.
Yep,
and that was
that's
that.
hilarious. That sounds hilarious, but I will say, I mean, she's kind of the same as well, though. Like I've always said it, like her and Nia Jax both have injured so many fucking people. I'm pretty sure Monet was the person who kind of like re-retired Paige when she like came back and then retired again, only to come back in AEW. And think she also did it with God, I forgot her name. I think was Emma, her name or something in like WWE. But yeah, she did it with like many, and then Nia Jax did it with fucking dozens. So yeah, and
The
she's
reason,
also just so clumsy. She botches a lot. So I'm not surprised she injured herself like that.
Well, the reason Paige was injured initially was because she had no spinal fluid in. Her injury had already happened beforehand, and the spinal fluid wasn't there. So the kick she got in the back jolted her spinal cord, and that was the
Ow.
damage. And so
What?
that's the
That-
reason why they pulled her out of wrestling altogether. But now I guess
I want
she'll-
actual medical results for that. What? There was no spinal fluid. What are you saying?
What
How
I'm
does that
saying is
work?
that she could have been paralyzed like that, and she got real close to it.
So
Yeah,
what?
well-
She retired now.
Yeah, didn't she
She
come
was.
back though?
Yeah, apparently they
Yeah.
they took her to an Exxon and got her fueled back up.
Yeah, crazy stuff happens. Like, I don't think anybody would have thought Edge would have come out of retirement, got a triple fusion neck surgery or spinal surgery to come
Say
back.
what you want, man. The pop on his return, gee.
Yeah, no, it was one of the best pops ever. Too bad the commentators suck, so they ruined it.
He came back after 9 years after triple fusion neck surgery.
Not just like, oh, man,
Oh,
rated
my.
R superstar. It's like, please, where's like, what's his
I
name?
don't
Jim
like
Ross?
seeing this.
So
JR's
here's
over in AEW.
here
son.
she is. She's got Willow here in the corner. If you can't tell, Mercedes Monet is the one in the yellow boots. Willow is the one in the black and white boots. In case you need. So this is happening in Japan.
Am I about to cringe right here?
No, you're not gonna cringe.
Oh!
So she's up there. She's
No,
in the
you're not gonna
corner.
cringe 'cause you're cringing.
She was not. And Willow did the only thing she could do at the time and just, I got to fall.
Oops.
But
No,
So bad.
that actually looked like a planned move. Like she was
Yeah, it
just
does.
Like she hits her into the.
yeah. Like, it didn't
no,
even look-
she was slipping, so she went on ahead and hopped down. So But
Yeah,
then she
But-
breaks her
but-
ankle on the way down.
It
Yeah,
does look good that she, like, it
that
does
was a
make
great
sense that she would
save. I
fall.
mean, that's
yeah.
that's
I
a
makes
great
sense that she
save
would
for a
fall. That was
screw-up.
good.
Wow.
That she
Yeah,
fell.
Yeah.
landed on her knee on the apron there. I
Well,
guess.
yeah, her fall
That's-
wasn't.
Yeah. Again,
That's-
though, this has happened a lot with her. She's pretty clumsy. Her and one other person. That's why it's like she has good moments. She's kind of a good character, but this is why I've never been the biggest fan of her. She's botches a lot, and she just in comparison to the rest of the world, it's like sure at the time in like WWE and such, and because she was given the opportunity, she was great. But in comparison to the rest of the world, it's like there were just so many that are just better in all
Right.
areas. Like I wouldn't even put her top 50, but then she left, was given the
Yeah.
opportunity, and she was doing well to start. Still not like amazing, but doing well. But then this happens again. But if this, I know they probably can't plan this stuff on the spot. But I mean, I would have just like if there was a count out, then I would have just like had it where they count her out, so then she retains the title instead of giving it to Willow of all people. Then afterwards, she
came in. She went back into the ring and she tried to do several moves to end the match, but she couldn't execute any of the moves that she needed to win. So they called an audible, and Willow did the most gentle power bomb I've ever seen. It looked like kids practicing in the bedroom, and she got pinned for the 1, 2, 3. Now this is going to catapult. It has the possibility of catapulting Willow to the very, very top in both Japan and AEW. However, she has to be able to step up, and I don't think she's ready for it. So it's
no, and it's just embarrassing that she actually won that and off of that move. Like again, she should have just stayed out if she was injured and get counted out, retain the title, and then if she's too injured the next night, then vacate the title and instead have like a tournament thing up before
Wouldn't there
this
be prestigious or
AEW and
such things?
JPW match.
yeah, but New Japan doesn't have that many matches as American shows do. They put on 2 or 3 shows a month, and so to have something like that would have kept their title out of the spotlight. So
What were you saying? She
I
couldn't
think-
at least do like a basic power bomb herself?
no, she
or
could.
no?
She could do it, but to do it on somebody that you expect has an injury would be egregious. So I think she did the right thing with the position.
No,
that they
I
put
mean,
her in,
I mean Monet. I mean, she couldn't like have it so like Widow, like throws like even with the injuries. I think they could have done something like throw Willow in like the corner, and then have her like go up the turnbuckle herself, but then have her like power bomb like her off of it. So then basically it's Willow doing all the work. She doesn't even like really lift her up. So then her leg or knee can handle it, and then just pins her. They couldn't have done that.
Yeah. You've had surgery before, right? So you know that once you have an injury that you've got to heal, you find out that every part of your body is connected to that one thing. So if she's got an injury in her ankle, any move she does or any impact she has is going to resonate in that ankle. So she was fighting through tremendous pain in that corner. And
That ankle still wasn't as bad as when Phoenix folded his arm on Dynamite.
Nope. Or
I
when
don't see that.
Darius Martin power bomb through 2 tables. No, it was a Canadian Destroyer through 2 tables, and his leg landed under the table, and his ankle twisted back the wrong way, like a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So the point is that right now Willow is in the spot that Monet was supposed to have. They were grooming her to come in and face champion versus champion on this biggest night ever, and she's got to miss out, and so we're going to get a 10-minute match.
Well, bye, Tony.
But things happen. But speaking of calling audibles, Vince McMahon is now pulling more strings in creative than he was when he said he wasn't in creative. And the stars are frustrated.
I will give CM Punk this. WWE will probably be better after Vince McMahon finally bites the dust. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I mean, he's been pretty much right with everything he said, so yeah, I'll probably be right again.
What are the changes he's made?
Well, when he stepped down, he was Triple H was in control, and they started having longer form storytelling and less changes on the day and within the hour. And as soon as he came back in, late stage changes were happening to the card. People wrestling storylines, things were being pulled within the hour. The first and second hour of a 3-hour show on Monday Night Raw. So, and he's still saying, "Well, you know what? I'm not in control. It's Triple H who's doing everything," and it's just not
Bullshit.
true. Not true, because that wasn't happening before, and now it's happening. And
I mean, it was a great 8 months of WWE finally when he was gone. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You're not going to get it back again until he dies.
Vince McMahon is trying way too hard to play his character that he played, back when he was, the evil mastermind or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he made some changes and imagine flying out to a show and then you're pulled from the show.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
So there were several changes made to the show, including advertised matches not taking place, such as Bayley versus Shotzi. More of the women matches are being sidelined these days. And yeah, but then again, that's only 5 minutes worth of TV time. So
of course, Charlotte was added to the card. Kill me.
We just need to call Bret Hart. He can set Vince McMahon pretty straight real quick. Just uppercut him again.
Yeah,
Mr. Puff is walking. Just checked in to say hi.
Oh, hi, David.
We're gonna have
back Ultimate Warrior from the dead to rob him again.
About wrestling.
No, don't bring back Ultimate Warrior.
No. So we can rob him. So we can force him again with the title to give him $1 million. We'll walk out with it.
That was all based off of the timing. You couldn't do that today anyway.
Ric Flair's gonna come back for one more match. I'm just kidding.
Every year.
The universe was lined up so that he could even make that demand in the first place.
Kitty, I'm so sorry if you feel out of place.
No, I'm cool. I try and just put some stupid joke in or something like that. That's
Kitty,
my role.
You're not the only one. My wrestling days have been a while.
Kitty, if I could find a cat, I'd powerbomb it for you. But
you see?
Well,
why did
speaking
you had to aim him at me. You just aimed him at me by speaking about me.
No, Jaded. You got to do at least 12 Canadian destroyers on the cat because everybody does a Canadian destroyer now.
I will hurt you all.
F5.
I think the cat will help out in the Canadian destroyer. Okay. I think it's time for a meme.
We're gonna go and say happy birthday to other people. So.
Or I could take a cat and I could put the chicken wing on him.
What about the meme, Rosales? I heard meme.
Pile driver.
Don't you dare at my TV.
Well, hold on. Which version of the pile driver? Because there's at least 3 versions of the pile driver.
The one that was banned.
The one that broke Steve Austin's neck.
There you go.
Yeah, someone just needs to take Vince back to his little retirement home and keep him there. Like quit letting him back in the fucking building.
Somebody just needs to assassinate him.
Here's what you do. You call for a tombstone pile driver, and then you do a sit-down pile driver. Boom, retired.
Undertaker's going to come back just to kill Vince McMahon.
I mean, he should after what he did to his fucking legacy.
Bring back the DDT just for him.
Too bad Kitty missed this meme. That was Zen. This is Meow.
That's stupid, but it's cute. I like it. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I can't think of 2 worse wrestlers to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania than what he came up with.
Roman. I thought them using Roman Reigns to retire The Undertaker was still one of the worst decisions they've ever made.
Yes, I met Teddy one time. He was carrying an indie belt at the time, and he's showing it off. We got a picture with him and my son holding that belt, that indie belt. It was in somebody's backyard. I don't know what he was doing there, but he was there.
Yeah, well, he went through a lot of.
I think he was
Yeah.
spending money, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Right.
he definitely. If you look up his entire history, and even now, with the money laundering and crimes he's committed,
Yeah, I
definitely
feel
a smear.
looking back on it, I think it was probably the tamest interaction anybody could have had with Teddy Hart.
Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah,
the
you're
time.
lucky.
So,
That's too bad. He was pushed right on, went to every
Oh, God, here
promotion
we
and was
go.
pushed after that,
Here we go. Me and Jaded
Oh,
are
yeah.
about to go back to back crane style on this one. Oh my!
I can do a rant just on this dumbass trailer.
I could too. Oh. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there because every time I think about this trailer, this is the first thing that comes to mind. The fucking lion blood. What? It makes no sense.
so there we go. There's a comparison versus the comic book accurate versus the cinematic version.
That's
Sony, stop!
You've got-
What are y'all doing? Y'all are killing
got
me
one
with this
tooth.
shit.
Versus 16 Sabertooths.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
you got a nice
he's gonna
tight
walk around,
haircut.
making jokes.
You cannot tell me that it is not a coincidence that Spider-Man 2 the game drops about a month apart from this movie, and Kraven is the main villain of that game, and he's getting a movie right after that. But the Kraven in the game is 1,000 times better than whatever the hell this is.
I wish.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
That's fine.
that's Quicksilver. That's who that
Before
is.
Beauty.
I
Oh, it's Kitty trying to wish you a happy birthday. We'll get back to Warren in just a moment. So, Jaded, go ahead.
I hate when Sony and DC, well, not so much DC as much, but Marvel, take a character, create their own original character, and go, hey, let's just give it the name of a character that exists in the comic books, because that is not Kraven. That is not
Remember,
Kraven.
this is Sony. This isn't Marvel Studios doing this.
I don't care. It's not Kraven. I'm going.
Yeah.
Where's the
Calling customer
Kraven?
service.
It's so weird.
Basically, what they did was they took a character, made him like the Punisher, and go, we're just going to call him Kraven. They go, well, that's not Kraven. That's just the Punisher, but without the weapon, without the guns. You know?
I can make the same assessment without the Punisher thing. They basically took Kraven and took away everything that makes him Kraven the Hunter.
I made him Kraven the Hunter.
When I think of Kraven the Hunter, I'm thinking of a guy
The potions,
big,
the herbs,
the
the
potions,
weapons.
the herbs. He's big, bulky. He hates Spider-Man. He's the world's greatest hunter. You know,
Hunter.
he's aiming to be the best. He's not some skinny vegan kid who protects animals, gets his powers from normal lion blood. That cracks me
Oh,
up. At
wait
least-
a-
hold on.
okay.
Hold on. I can suspend my disbelief with Spider-Man because they give you a reason as to why he got his powers from the spider, but this is just a normal fucking lion.
You don't know
And
that.
why
The
does he
film
have
hasn't come out yet. It could have been a radioactive lion.
First
Even
off,
so, it's stupid.
Well, why does he have Beastmaster powers? He can talk to and control animals. I must have missed that up. I must have
Yeah.
missed that issue in the comic book. Where Kraven had
They
that ability.
fused the lion with Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah, no, it's like what's that character again?
Plus, and plus, I find it funny.
Thundercat.
I find it funny that Russell Crowe has the accent that Kraven should have. Did anyone
Yeah.
notice that?
Yeah, it's not Kraven. It's not Kraven. But again, here's the thing: 95% of the audience don't know anything about Kraven, so they're not going to know the problem.
He looks sort of like
Morbius almost made my top 10 worst list of 2022. The only reason it did not make that list was because I saw movies last year that were far worse than Morbius ever was. But just watching this trailer, dude, there's no.
What'd you
fucking
do?
way.
Take Cole's advice and start watching A24 films?
Hey, there were A24 films on my top 10 best list, and there probably will be again this year.
Well, he watched
Good
one
morning,
film
Andrew.
that was really good, and for some reason it was number 3 on his list over Morbius. I think that was an error.
Well,
But anyway, this movie
Warren,
will
go
probably
ahead.
be on the top 10 worst list.
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
actually
say-
looks like it's like it doesn't look like Kraven. It looks like his cousin in New York who's a lawyer. Anyway, sorry, Warren, go.
I'm going to say that compared to like the Morbius trailer, this okay. Granted, I know.
I
Well,
prefer the Morbius trailer.
Okay, let's be honest, guys. Like Jaded says, which I can actually agree with him on this one. They're never gonna follow the comic books. They're supposed to try to at least follow it 60%.
Have the same power set. At least have the same power
I
set.
didn't even finish my monologue, and this guy is like, ah.
Well, I'm agreeing with you, Warren. I'm backing you up.
Go
thank
ahead,
you.
Warren.
So I agree with him, but on the other hand, I have a theory, and hear me out. I have a feeling that they are going. Sony wants to use Miles Morales as their live action Spider-Man.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You're in dreamland
It
again.
could.
I'm not dream. Well, remember he is in the Spider-Man game that we saw recently, which that game looks amazing with the graphics.
Okay.
The trailer, you're right. That really threw me off. How the dad has the accent, and not Kraven. We got to saw Chameleon because that's his brother, as we know. Chameleon is Raven's brother.
They teased Rhino at the end. Which
That was the only thing that saved that trailer for me. Was teasing because Rhino was one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
And they look like they're. I like.
He had eczema.
Yeah. I do like what they did with Rhino because I was hoping to God it didn't bring back Paul Giamatti because he's like old and there's just no way. So I'm like, there's just
Even
no
got
way.
Rhino wrong. That's what Rhino's got a suit that's been fused to him. It's not some genetic alteration.
Again, you got to remember this is Sony. They're trying, I mean,
Nope.
listen.
They couldn't call him Bane.
Oh yeah, because the Marvel the ones that did Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. That Rhino was a mechanized suit. I mean, it's like, do you guys not read the damn comics that you're supposed to be making these movies out of?
That was Paul Giamatti after a 2-week cocaine binge.
Yeah.
They were probably told not to read the comics.
So I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I like
Yeah.
Kraven. I don't think it's bad. Okay, the trailer was a big craft, but I guess they're trying to show that okay, it's not Morbin time. It's
Kraven time.
Sergey time. Like that's like I guess that's what we're trying to go with.
Okay, I watched the Red Band trailer one. I don't know what the regular one was like. So
The nose
Yeah,
spitting
so-
one.
Yeah, I saw the Red Band trailer too.
yeah, I saw the Red Band trailer.
That's another problem I have with this whole thing. Why are you just now deciding to do the rated R route when you could have done it from the start with characters like Venom and Morbius? Like why Kraven? Well, what about Kraven warrants an R rating when Venom and Morbius did not?
Yeah,
Because
it
they're
was
trying to make him
ridiculous.
into the Punisher.
Like
It's ridiculous.
it makes no sense to me. It's almost as if they're going, oh well, if we throw an R rating on this movie and make it bloody, violent, and fucked up, it's going to be a good movie. No, copious amounts of gore and blood do not make it a good movie. I'm
Look,
sorry.
I'm glad they made a Venom movie for babies, so that was cool. But
I
yeah,
got
and
it.
also Walter, that's what they did in Birds of Prey, so.
I got it. It's Taglin time. In the trailer, he's like, "Where's Mr. Taglin? It's Taglin time." That's what. That's.
I watched the trailer.
Yay, Kitty! Let's go.
I can participate, guys.
We've been ripping it apart. So, what are your thoughts?
I do like the way the man looks. So
Of
that's
course you
appealing.
say that.
Raven. I'll show you.
She says the one thing that's going to draw the attention of her husband.
This guy here.
Should get a bat and break the computer.
I'm not allowed to look, he says.
I'm not allowed to.
Well, this meme is for you, Kitty.
That
Aw.
was Zen. This is meow. He smiled at it. You helped me. Look, yeah.
I mean,
here's where I stand on this. I'm gonna see it at the end of the day, just because I do the whole YouTube critic thing. I'm gonna see it regardless. Does that mean I'm excited for it? Fuck no.
Have your husband look at the screen now, Kitty.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
So 50% of the population will be watching.
Generic.
I watch Kraven for the plot. The plot.
I mean, even new
He's the
rock
white
stars.
bread of white people, Gordon says.
Even new rock stars ripped this trailer apart. So I mean, that says a lot.
Kind of like I was saying, I'm gonna see it just because I'm gonna have to review it regardless. Am I excited for it? Fuck no.
Same.
I tried
when
when Venom and Morbius were coming out. I tried to give them the benefit of a doubt.
What?
But I always try to, dude. With every movie I see, I try to give it the benefit of a doubt, no matter how bad.
No, not the Sony verse here.
But with this, after Morbius and everything that's gone down, I can't anymore.
Yeah,
You
paid money.
They need to fucking stop. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Whatever they're trying to build to, they need to quit while they're ahead, because it is not going to work.
Guys, they're building, like, first of all, remember, Across the Spider-Verse did show a version of Prowler. I forgot that singer. He's a singer, comedian. Forgot his name. That was just a cameo.
Childish Gambino.
That was just a cameo to make people go, oh, I know that guy. They're not building up.
No, but they also remember they put Spot. Spot did go into the Venom universe because she talked to the supermarket.
That was such a ridiculous thing, because 90% of the audience saw that and went, "I don't get it."
Yeah, well, I got it because, I mean, unfortunately I saw Venom. But that same supermarket lady is from Venom. So he went into that universe.
Well, people like us who have seen these movies, we're going to get those references. The general audience is not.
No, they don't. I'm saying I'm just providing evidence as to I think Miles Morales is or
he's already.
I like the part when he takes off his shirt. That's the part I like in the trailer.
The reason I say that, Warren, that they won't do a live action version is because the animated version is a proven quantity for them. They
Did
know
you say live action virgin?
Live action. Well, that would be good. A live action version is not going to work for them, because if the animated one wasn't a proven quantity, then yes, maybe. But they got a known proven film of him as animated, and again, there's already a third movie in the works, so it's like, just keep doing animated, because that's what everybody loves about Miles. If you do a live action version, they're gonna go, yeah, but it wasn't as good as the animated, because the animated had the benefit of these and this and that. I say stick with the animated with Miles.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it, but I have no hopes for it at all. I'm predicting it to be at least top five worst films of 2023 for me.
Speaking of no hope.
Oh God.
I have not seen the first episode yet.
Oh, I've
Me
seen
neither.
Oh,
And
well,
I had to stop myself from watching Disparooms.
And it's not because of lack of interest. It's because I don't have time. I haven't had the time to sit down and watch it yet.
Well, I worked so hard on this, I got to show it a second.
Oh yeah!
The Flash putting the baby in the fucking
that got me.
Nate, I got your disinterest beat. I had so little interest in this. I didn't even know it was a show. I thought it was supposed to be an upcoming movie.
Oh,
I didn't even get any information on. I didn't care anything about this show, but I didn't even bother to look up. I thought somebody had told me, "So, Jaded, have you seen the Secret Invasion?" I go, "Really? I didn't even know the movie was out yet." They go, "No, it's a TV show." I go, "Really?" I thought it was a movie. I thought it was an upcoming movie. Every time I've been referencing Secret Invasion, I've always been referencing it as a movie.
No, it's not. They changed that so long ago.
And the one thing that
AI
everybody
intro.
seems to agree on is that the only thing to talk about is the intro. That's
And
the
I
most
haven't
important
even
part.
seen it because I fast forward through it.
You fast forwarded through the intro.
I fast forward through it. I don't care about the intro. Let's just watch the damn show.
Well, the intro
watched
has
the
come
bunch.
under. The intro has come under fire, and I think Rosales is about to reveal why.
No.
And
Secret and
spoil it. Do it.
do what? Do what? What was?
Tell
What am I
us.
supposed to do?
Give us your wrap up of it.
Oh, yeah. I saw it once. I tried to watch it a second time, and I fell asleep. That's you know.
That's about it.
You know, I was slightly disappointed that it wasn't more engaging than it was,
Yeah.
or you know, it wasn't more spy thrillery than it was.
Yeah, I was
Or that it-
disappointed.
These secret agents aren't acting like secret agents; they're acting like
MCU characters.
they're acting like PBS afternoon TV show secret spies.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Okay.
that's
and you know
But I
the
give them
trailer though,
leeway.
they did a great job with the trailer.
I give
and
them
edited.
leeway. I give them leeway in that because how old is Samuel L. Jackson? Come on.
Nico, yes, that's what I was referencing.
I will
Oh,
say
hey.
that
good morning.
I mean, I did give it a very
Hey,
low
Miss
rating.
1776, how are
But-
you?
It is, to be fair, it is the first episode, and like I stated, they can't do the full on secret invasion like I wanted. They're trying to do like like how they did
My
Winter Soldier in the sense of a spy thriller, and oh no, I'm sorry, how they did Civil War. Like Civil War had way more machinations to it, but we didn't even get to see that. So they have to dumb it down. And
Well-
this is the first episode. It was a slow one. To be fair, it was a turtle slow run. But I mean, I agree. I kind of had to start it over, but it was decent.
Yeah, but again, we're running into the major theme in this particular stream when it comes to produced entertainment, and that is that the people producing the entertainment are ignoring the source material. The showrunner for this particular show was told not to read the comic books because the comic books don't have anything to do with the show, and the show itself is not going to have anything to do with the
Well,
comics.
that's the problem.
Jaded looks like he's about to blow.
Because they have decided that they were going to do this on a TV budget and not do a whole lot of special effects with super scrolls and fighting each other and fighting other things and whatnot. And so they're going to try to do this spy drama disguised as a comic book television show with a way of saying goodbye to Samuel L. Jackson with his one last final ride before he shows up again in another movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they
well,
can't. I don't think they can ever get rid of Nick Fury. I mean, come on.
yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I watched the trailer and I'm just saying, I hope they gave whoever edited the trailer a raise because they made it look great. They made it look like a great, spy suspenseful thriller and dark with an amazing cast, great acting, great scenes, good visuals and all that. And, made me also think they'll actually do a lot with Secret Invasion stuff. And then I watched the episode and Jesus fuck.
Again,
For me, for
let's be
me,
fair, it's only one episode.
I don't care.
Oh,
That one episode.
this is what I love about Warren. This is what I love about Warren. No matter how bad the episode is, don't worry. Maybe they'll fix it in the episode
No.
7.
First off,
It'll probably get fixed.
First off, before you tooting your horn and you blow your oxygen tank out,
It's gonna happen. I got reserves. I got reserves and backup.
When She-Hulk was god awful, I stopped watching it, but I critiqued that thing to the T, okay? And after episode 3, I stopped. I didn't watch it.
But you defended every other episode. You defended every other TV show.
No, I did not. What are you talking about?
You have.
I didn't defend some.
That's
of
for the
his-
oxygen comment.
Final round. Fight.
My point is that we gotta see, because remember, these shows are supposed to have some correlation of what's going on, which I'm assuming this is gonna have some correlation to the Marvels at some point. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, you know it is.
So I'm just saying,
Why?
It's
Why
one
would it?
episode. I literally said I gave the. If you were gonna ask me a rating, I think at best this was like a 4 for an episode. It wasn't that good, and that's fair. Like so you tell me how I'm capping, copium, or anything right now if I just gave it a 4. Like, come on.
Because you still have hope that it's probably going to get better.
Because there's more
But
story to tell.
He's not the only one who gives shows a chance, though. I mean, at the very beginning of She-Hulk, I kept seeing it as a redemption arc, where at the very end she would learn the lessons that they were trying to teach her. Every single person was trying to, of consequence, was trying to tell her not to do this, not to do that. She doesn't understand her powers. She doesn't understand the limitations that she's going to have. And she's all, well, I know everything. I've done this. I'm a woman, and I'm better than you, and I know more about pain than this or whatever. So at the end of the movie, as things start to spiral out of control and you get into the third act, boom. Well, I learned a lesson. I'm sorry I was so harsh on you, my cousin. Now I'm ready to learn.
Yep.
Nope. Didn't do that.
Didn't happen.
And that is probably where, Jaded gets so jaded, is stuff like that keeps happening over and over and over again. But sometimes, just sometimes, they accidentally give the job to a writer.
Jaded is like
Accidentally do
Jaded
well.
is like Hawkeye in Avengers Endgame. He's like,
He's not Hawkeye.
No, don't give me hope.
No, here's the thing. I don't believe in hope. That's the difference.
I mean, the thing
Hope is like love. It's just this delusion.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is that this was 7 more episodes to go. Thank God it's not a 6 episodes. It's not that 6 episode series garbage, because 6 episodes is just way too little to do.
It's
I
one
think-
more episode above 6. You're splitting hairs.
But here's the thing, Warren. Instead of six episodes
Almost.
of filler, instead of 6 episodes
Almost.
of filler, we're going to get 7 episodes of filler.
We don't.
That's
are
the
you a
problem with
prophet?
these shows. That's the problem
I
with
think
these
3.
shows.
Probably
They have
3
to-
episodes of filler.
They have enough material for 3 episodes. That if they finally did it, that they did some editing and they kept the storyline going, you have 3 episodes, and they go, you know what, we got to make it into 9. So let's spread out these 3 episodes into 9 and just add as much filler and walking around and nothing happening as much as possible, because we got to fill in 45 minutes and we only got 10 minutes of story.
I'm not saying that there won't be filler. All I'm saying is that this is just the first episode. I just gave it a. You were what? I guarantee your crusty butt, because I'm gonna stay PG. Your crusty butt must have thought, oh man, it's a 9 out of 10. You was expecting a 9 out of 10 out of my mouth.
I wasn't expecting anything. I
The
didn't
crap,
give
know
a
that.
damn about this show.
Anyway, my point being is that this show is just.
I had no
starting.
expectations for this show, and they were conveniently met.
I mean, with Iron Man and Captain America dead, I'm expecting the show to be low expect. Okay, here's the thing. Here's my thing with these shows, right? And I think they should do different B tier to C tier characters. Like, stop doing like Nick Fury. Do like, I don't know, Agents of Atlas or something, where you could go all out with something like that, or Squadron Supreme, or something that's not too close to the mainstream heroes. Because, like you said, Nate, they're limited on budget. They're limited on so many things and so many aspects. So you're expecting a 2-hour quality movie, but that episode was 50 minutes, because the credits were like 3 to 5. So, I mean, come on, like, the only show that lived up was like Peacemaker, but again, that was on
Well,
Max. So,
Peacemaker was Come on.
Oh, stop it! You just don't like.
I don't like toilet humor. Oh my god, yeah.
I don't know if you even like life.
I do like life.
You know, for me personally, I mean, when I get a moment, I'm definitely going to check it out. But I've always seen the Secret Invasion arc as more or less a big. It's supposed to be a big event. Is it really warranted a show? Like, that sounds like an event that should be at least a 2-part movie or something like that, dude. Well, it's like you guys were talking about earlier. You know, they're excluding so much of what went down in the comics surrounding this event. Like, to me, that sounds like you could make a 2-part movie out of that. Why would you not want to take advantage of the scrolls and everything that goes down in the comics and try to build something cool out of that? But instead they went for this spy thriller angle. Fine. You know, one could argue Nick Fury has really been at the forward front of this whole scroll thing since it started in the MCU, but it still has to be good. You still got to tell a good story, and if you're not doing that, then why are you even attempting it?
Because they need content.
Content, yes.
Yeah.
Fill it up.
I mean, I don't know.
The chat room's creating their own content right now.
I don't know either. And the thing is, I remember when I reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, one of the things I said is that Marvel has definitely been on a deep decline since Avengers Endgame. And I'm at a point now where I really don't look forward to Marvel events like I used to. And that's,
But do you look forward to other Disney things?
You're somewhat jaded, Nate? Is that what you're saying? You're somewhat jaded?
Don't join this man's fanaticism.
Maybe I am. Maybe not to his level, but just a little bit. But you know, I said, you know, I really don't look forward to Marvel events anymore because I feel like ever since Endgame, they've just been on a downward decline. You know, they've had moments here and there. They've had moments here and there where I've gone to a Marvel movie and I'm like, yes, that's the Marvel I love. That's the Marvel I remember. You know, and I had a great time. But ever since Endgame, the majority of stuff they've punched out has ranged from mediocre to just bad.
How about you just say since Ant-Man 2?
No, like I even admit it. I said I think out of all the projects they've put out since Endgame, there's only like maybe 3 that have really made me go, you know what? I genuinely enjoyed that, and that was Doctor Strange, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Guardians 3.
Yeah,
Doctor Strange by itself, not the Doctor Strange 2.
Yes, Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, they're solid. Yeah,
it was either that or Wakanda Forever. Pick one.
The multi-madness of Versus.
Definitely not Black Panther 2. Definitely not.
Joker says, when Don Cheadle and Samuel L. Jackson had their little scene together where they get preachy with the audience against for absolutely no reason, that serves nothing to the story. I was up...
It's writing. But
the writing is on par with some of the stupid levels of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You know, I'm about 13 years into this ride, so I mean, I'll check it out when I have a chance. But my excitement for it is just
I mean, to be fair, Nate, I'm more excited for Loki season 2 than I was for season 2.
Stop! That's gonna suck. Stop it.
It's not gonna suck. Shut up. Why?
It has no value anymore. That's the thing about the Loki season.
Because you're homemade. Why are you allowed to do this insanity right now? Like,
no, like seriously, what would be the point of following the Loki storyline in the season 1? It's irrelevant.
No, it's well, we saw the ramifications of the timeline being broke. That's why they're continuing season 2. They even did. Yeah. So,
but like I said, okay, so like what's there to continue?
I don't know. I like out of most of the shows, it was Loki. Loki was my top one for sure. I didn't like WandaVision. Falcon and the Soldier up until the last episode I liked it because that's when they got all stupid at the end. But those were my 2 shows. I think the problem is that they went down to 2 shows because remember they were doing about 3 shows a year at some point. They were like 1 every 3 months or something like that. I think what they're probably going to have to do is go down to 1 show a year, and that show has to be the quality of a movie.
It won't matter if the writing is not good. If they can't
What
tell
does that
a
even
good
mean,
story.
Kitty?
Wait, what? Upper.
He moved the bed. He picked up a little mattress that looks like for a
she's
puppy.
talking about me taking the bed out into the living room for the dog.
Damn.
But for me, it doesn't matter if they trim it down. For me, I don't think fatigue is a thing. I think it's just that the writing and the stories they're trying to tell have just not been as good as what they used to do.
There is fatigue. Bad movie fatigue.
I don't think it's fatigue. I just think they don't have proper people writing and producing these stories. That's like we saw with Guardians that was a good movie when you
I
Well,
enjoyed
if they're going to win an Oscar, they've got to hire for different reasons other than talent. So they're going to have to cut through all that and start ignoring them the way the Comics Code Authority got ignored in the 80s.
Maybe I'm just built different. If it was me, I wouldn't give a shit what a bunch of assholes thought about it. I mean, I want to make a good fucking story and, see what
I'm
the
not
public
saying
thinks.
that on my stream.
I don't know.
all I'm saying is that these shows, and Joker, you have a point. But everything right now, like, is anything in media the best right now? I think anything that's having the most success is animated stuff. If we really want to boil,
A24.
Dude, it's funny.
Speaking of things doing well and something new and something different in animation, have any of you seen this viral advertising that Pixar did for Elementals?
I saw the
No,
movie.
what
I
did they
did
do?
not. I saw the movie. I didn't see the
Oh,
advertising.
this was
What am I
so
missing?
bad.
I haven't even seen
Have
the
a-
movie.
Have a look at this trailer real quick, that or advertising that Pixar put out for their show a few weeks back.
Save it for the wedding. Hey! Yo, yo, yo!
My dad tried to again. You don't like my landscaping? Anyway, June Bloom is coming, and you just got to be my date. Cause check it out. I'm all grown up. And I smell good.
I don't get it. What's going on?
It's
Well,
fake. They're faking the applause. They're faking the excitement.
Like, I don't
They-
get it. Is there
they're-
a joke somewhere?
Yes,
Well-
it's that it's all
I'm
fake.
wondering.
They faked.
You've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
all of the videos that people stream online and the clips that they're taking with their cell phones of different movies and things like that, and they're trying to turn that around and try to create a viral marketing campaign where it looks like someone did that when it obviously didn't happen. I mean, it's obvious through the editing that it was shaking. It's obvious through the sounds that that they were
Yeah.
recorded somewhere else. We are not performing in front of a live audience. But the same sounds are coming from the viral video that I have on my soundboard. So
It's
just-
just so embarrassing.
Okay, I was
viral
confused. I was confused for a second. I was like, "Is this an actor that's well known somewhere that I don't know about, or like, why are people so excited?" So okay,
Because there's a lot of people that'll do like live reaction to scenes of like, oh my God, the audience reaction when Tony, showed up, or, audience reaction when a certain character, comes on screen. They were just, using
Yeah,
that.
it was just misguided. Like I get the idea, but what those clips or whatever come out once a movie is out, and it's a meme. It's like it's because something everybody now knows about is then you're telling us when who arrives. Okay, when this person arrives, then everyone goes woo. That doesn't it just didn't land.
So embarrassing. This reminded me of the marketing scheme they tried doing when that film Gaudi got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, and they made their entire marketing like They don't want you to see gaudy. That's why they gave it a 0%. They're trying to hide it away from you. They don't want you to know the true story.
And the internet is making me feel like the odd man. The internet's making me feel like the odd man out this past weekend because I saw Elemental and The Flash back to back on the same day and liked both of them. When I come home and get online, everybody's like, "Nah, these are some of the worst movies that have come out in like the past 10 years." I'm like, did I miss something?
I mean, if you like The Good Dragon, then you'll like Elemental.
Salad-tier.
This is better than The Good Dinosaur, man. Come on.
No, they're about. It's better, but it's still bad.
I gotta find
No,
my
but
doorbell while
I don't
she's
think
gone.
it's bad. I think it's a stretch.
Me personally, I think theaters should probably go the animated route with a lot of these superhero stuff going forward. It's just easier. You can you could do better stuff animated, even if they want to change it up. It's just easier. There's nothing wrong doing like animated movies used to go into the theater, like outside of Pixar and of course Disney having their live action animated movies been in theaters.
Yeah, take a look at Illumination Studios and how well they're doing.
Fair.
Yeah, with their trash films. So I mean, you can.
What are you talking about? Mario was great.
Oh, please.
Stop.
Cole, I don't understand this, Cole. Illumination Studios is a more profitable studio than A24 could ever hope to be.
Of course, because they have all the babies. Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, anyway, I need to fix what you guys said. All right. Stop
Cody,
saying
how's it going?
Stop saying you've been out ever since Endgame. All right. Ant-Man and the Wasp was bad. Captain
No, they
Marvel
weren't.
was bad.
Oh, Ant-Man
Wait,
and the
who was
Wasp.
out?
Sorry. I thought you were just going to say Ant-Man. Sorry.
I never said that.
Ant-Man and the
Well, I
Wasp.
mean, Ant-Man was mad, but whatever. Captain Marvel was bad, and Endgame was bad. So say since Infinity War.
Why? Infinity War was bad too.
Well, it was better than Endgame.
They forgot to give you your ketchup.
They came to collect my laundry.
Cole, I
But yeah,
forget.
it does make
have
me
have we talked about A24? You've agreed with me. You like some of their movies, right?
Oh yeah. Like a lot
Are
of
you
their
looking?
films, some of the films they don't.
Are you looking for? Are you looking forward to Talk to Me? That comes out next month.
Oh yeah, that looks great. Right. What was that laugh there, Rosales?
You like a few A24 movies, do you?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what you guys are talking
Yeah,
about.
I heard of that studio.
What is A24? What?
It's a movie studio. You know the movie The Whale?
Oh.
That was made by A24. That's the level of quality of their filmmaking. So.
They have an address in Encino.
Now read out that Joker comment.
Hey, I show all the neighborhood children A24 films. They're the perfect age to watch films about religious cults, demented housewives, and the devil.
Yeah.
I literally
you
just
go.
bought this like a day ago.
Nailed that voice, by the way.
Nice.
I'm not even going to pretend to be able to do that. Okay?
Yep, agree, Joker. And yeah, Pearl was actually that was made after Mia Goth State, when she found out what Shia LaBeouf did.
No, hold on. Here's the problem, Walter. If A24 did a version of the Mario movie, it would be even worse. So I was like, it would be, oh my God, could you imagine how pretentious Princess Peach would be in an A24 film?
She would actually be a character, not a trope. So that's a start.
She would have saved Mario.
No, she would have been in another castle.
I think they actually wrote a version of the script where Peach was the main character and Mario and his brother were both doofuses. They couldn't get anything done and needed to rely on Peach and her perfect set of mushrooms to help them out. And then they made them rewrite it. Good on you, Nintendo. Microsoft deal is probably dead.
Wait,
Microsoft deal?
It's probably dead. There was an injunction. last Sunday after we talked about it that put a stop to the deal. So it's most likely going to fall apart.
What was the deal?
The Microsoft trying to buy Activision.
We gotta stop the pesky PlayStation fanboys from playing Call of Duty. No, I'm just kidding. I say this as I have a PlayStation 5 sitting right here in front of me. I don't give a shit about Call of Duty or any of that. So either way, it wouldn't affect me if they did buy Activision.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still looking up to find like any reason why they have though to like actually logically block it, and I still can't find anything. But it's the court system, it's a legal system, so it's definitely going to happen because it's that flawed.
What made it probably dead? Like what happened?
Certain like worries about like the marketplace and
the deals that they put in place to buy Activision have specific deadlines that the investors always put. The deal has to be done by a certain time, otherwise things change, and they are no longer contractually obligated to lend them their money for the purchase. This injunction is going to push them well past those deadlines that they have in place in their contracts, and when the money's gone, the deal is dead. So that's what's happening there.
It's not like an Elon Musk thing where he says, "Oh, I changed my mind. I don't want to buy it anymore," and then has to buy it anyway.
Yeah, see, he had to buy it because of that type of situation. But if he waited long enough, he wouldn't have had to. So.
Yeah, it's like, why Activision? Why would you want to buy Activision?
Yeah, well, mainly for money. It's not as much for game quality, but I will say, yeah, it's kind of strange. It's a tough situation right now with this deal, and like whether it will, whether it will go through or not. But they're still working on it. They apparently are stubborn with trying to make it go through right now, so we'll see if they still will, even though it's not like might not be too logical. But I mean, there have been many reports going out of like court right now with it going on now, and yeah, pretty much everybody is in agreement everywhere. The case against the Microsoft deal that the FTC and Sony have put together is very bad and very flawed, and everybody is laughing at it. Like, they needed to actually explain to them why Halo is not on PlayStation. Like, this is incredible.
You add that to the fact that the judges know very, very little about gaming itself and the intricacies that go into cloud gaming and the whole thing, and they are easily confused by the Jedi mind tricks of the lawyers.
So basically, the entire court system is looking at this and going, "Oh, just a bunch of nerd shit."
Yep. So there's like, let's just block it. Who cares? Even though that we shouldn't, but let's just block it. I need to go on my lunch break.
That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't like this nerd shit. Just decline it so we can move on with the day.
Yeah, let's get on with this Jonathan Majors case.
What are they going to make money? Are they going to make money? They want
no
money? No. Case dismissed.
What if the deal is dead because of what Joker's talking about? Maybe it's not worth it.
It's not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't see.
It's like, who wants to?
I'm going to be too busy playing games like Mortal Kombat 1 and Spider-Man 2 to really give a shit about Call of Duty. So,
I think it's interesting that Sony is not just queering their own deals, but also meddling in other people's, because they're messing up the Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, and Kraven the Hunter, and they're
Joker
ruining
just
everything
saw
else.
this film and he said it was garbage. Oh,
I'm seeing it at the end of the month, so I'll be the first to know.
Joker, how was it? I know
Wait a
you
minute,
loved it so much.
What do you mean Indiana Jones being replaced? That was what was the point of Crystal Skull. He was supposed to be replaced with what's his face? That what actor? The
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf
Can't
was the
really
Crystal
do that.
Skull. Phoebe
Shia LaBeouf
Waller-Bridge.
Shia LaBeouf was supposed to be given the mantle of Indiana Jones. So he was already supposed to be replaced before.
You know why they couldn't bring back Short Round? It's because he's dead.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom was a prequel to the first Indiana Jones movie, and we didn't see Short Round in that, and we hadn't seen Short Round anywhere else. So somewhere between Temple of Doom and Raiders of the Lost Ark, he got a kid dead. So that's why Short Round couldn't take over.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if he showed up in the new one, but he definitely didn't.
Nope, because he's dead.
Short Round's dead, bro.
It was a ridiculous character.
Speaking of Short Round, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be the one taking over the mantle of Indiana Jones. She's definitely not a Jones in the story.
Shoot me.
And she's definitely not from Indiana. And so she is the hand-picked successor by Kathleen Kennedy. Which, by the way, she was snubbed at the opening of the movie. The world premiere when Steven Spielberg introduced all of the people crucial to the franchise and making it such a success. Her name was left out, even though she was on stage. She had to be walked off while everything else was going on. John Williams was introduced. Lucas was introduced. Somebody else was introduced. And she was there, and they left her out of it. Now, because they did that, saying that everybody else is responsible for Indiana Jones, this absolves her of all guilt of what happens with this film, because she's not the driving force behind Indiana Jones. So Spielberg unintentionally saved her life and her career so she could go on and make another movie.
She wasn't responsible for, success, but she was responsible for, killing it, so she'll be in that group.
Again, she's an actress reading lines. She's no more responsible than...
Quit poaching my crowd.
Nico said Kennedy's the real secret invasion.
That's so secret.
Not so secret. The cat's been out of the bag since, 2017.
I'm gonna secret invasion some Annies right now. So,
I mean, honestly, at this point, if they want to replace him, fine, cool. I got my Indiana Jones trilogy. I'm good. Whatever.
I think though for Indiana Jones, I don't know, but it sounds like they're gonna with the Dial of Destiny, and because I don't know, they might try to do some timey-wimey stuff.
Side note, worst title I've ever heard in my life.
Huh?
I love all
the title, yes.
Yeah, the Crystal Skull was pretty good.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
No, the Crystal Skull was also not that good a title either.
Yeah, but Dial of Destiny's worse.
I mean, they said that this is his final adventure, so let's see if he's gonna, end up in a nursing home finally.
He did this interview
that's
where
what the title sounds like.
Harrison Ford did this interview where he was riding a horse, and the stuntman tried to tell him how to ride it so that he didn't look like he was a little bit feeble, his age. Mm-hmm. And he got after him and said that, you know what? I don't want to look like I know what I'm doing because I am an old man. I want to look like an old man, and that's how I'm going to ride this horse. And then he broke his arm.
Good.
I only count one.
He really took it all the way. He was like, "Yo, I'll take this to conclusion. Break a bone."
No, it wasn't. It was bad.
The guy told Harrison Ford to break a leg.
I just can't believe they actually cast him for that new role in Marvel when he could very well die before they get to filming.
Oh, one can only hope.
Yeah, he's supposed to play Thunderbolt Ross, right?
It's that's not going to happen until a little while, and he's like, what? He's
going to be an AI guy. It's going to be.
Yeah, we've actually they interviewed Kathleen Kennedy after the. Hang on, let me fix this real quick. They talked to Kathleen Kennedy after the whole event, and here's what she had to say about what happened on stage.
My turn!
You told me it was my turn.
You can talk all that you want to, yell and scream. You
Okay,
lost.
it is my turn.
You lost the game.
It's my turn.
Oh God. Yeah, I feel bad for Harrison Ford in this, and once again,
Why?
he has not, because this is not the way he deserves to go out. This is not the way this character deserves.
He
to go
could have
out.
said no. I doubt he's contracted.
He definitely could have, but
He's got house payments.
Now he's going to be undermined and shat all over, and
He was undermined and shot over from Dial of Destiny, so he's used to it by now. If he's not used to it by now, get over it.
I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it, but once again, I gotta know. So I'll be there, I guess.
I'll be there too.
Well, yeah, I know what you feel like. I'm gonna watch it as well, but I'm not going to go in with any expectations. So.
No, I have no expectations for this. My only expectations is that it's
I would have loved to have seen giant ants.
Indiana Jones and the Attack of the Giants.
Next, I will make sure, Kitty, there will be a stream where you might see the booty. You might see the booty.
Your booty or somebody else's?
My booty. I mean, Jade had seen the
booty.
But
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
But I will go see it because I like Indiana Jones, so.
Will you leave the house when you see it?
Who knows?
I mean, do they have theaters in Japan?
Underground ones.
That's where he leaves the women. Hey, now.
I'm not looking forward to being preached at about how bad capitalism is for 2 hours.
What about men? How bad men are.
Oh, yeah, they're horrible. Men. They're horrible, disgusting creatures that don't deserve to breathe.
Are you going to bite off their noses, Nate?
Women. throw a bear trap on their head or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but try to realize that it's a woman talking, so it doesn't mean that much anyway. So don't worry about
I think that was a different sinking ship, Andrew.
I think it's adorable when women think their opinion has value. It's just so cute. Just nod and smile.
Don't listen to him, Kitty. You're one of the good ones.
Thanks. I'm just glad I can be cute.
Shout out to Miss 1776. She's one of the real ones, too. Too real, but good.
76.
Real what?
Always great to see you in stream. I mean, chat.
Just leave it.
That's what I meant.
That's a real woman. I'm just kidding.
It's always good to see her in chat. Not
I'm a liar. How am I a liar?
You refuse to nod and smile.
Hold on. Excuse me. Wait a minute. I only nod and smile when I intend on having sex with her, so that way she thinks I actually care. If I'm not going to get sex out of this deal, I'm not going to bother protecting.
That's bad. Wait, Warren's got an OnlyFans?
Not having OF.
So you do.
Well, guys, that's all the topics I scheduled for today. Anybody have anything they want to touch on?
No game show?
I don't have a game show set up. No. Customer service.
Nothing that I can really think of off the top of my head
I'm actually
at the
dead in the
moment.
brain.
I finished the book. Rainbow
Oh, you
Book.
did. You did.
Yes, I did.
Kitty got a copy of my my book, The Grim Tales of Rainbow Falls, and it's a horror comedy romance thriller sci-fi horror thing.
Just cut through a little bit of everything in there, huh, Dallas?
It's a little bit of everything.
It is.
Are there any cowboys
wild.
in it? Is there any western in it? I think you missed a couple.
Well, I don't think they ride horses or anything.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Kitty. You got the floor.
They're very. Wait, I'm trying to look for my favorite picture. Hold on.
My favorite picture.
No, it's got everything in it. It is really hilarious. That's my main takeaway is that it's really funny, but it's also the wildest thing I've read. Like you're like what just happened? A lot of the time you're like, wait, let me reread, and then you need to have a sense of humor to enjoy it. So
JD won't like it.
Serious, don't jump into this.
Okay, I won't read it then.
It's really good. I mean, there are
It's going to make a great A24 film.
there are sharks.
Well, yeah, probably.
With legs, guys.
King
There's
Shark.
sharks
No,
with legs.
I'm just kidding.
Show him the picture of the guy sitting in the bathroom with his arm blown off.
Oh yeah, and he's just like growing it back. It's fine. He'll just grow it back. Yeah.
It's like some. Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
Wait.
Some,
I want to.
It's like some creep show type
Wait,
shit.
here's something as well. I don't know if it changes. This is something mysterious. This guy.
Oh yeah, the clown.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
the way it ended, I was like, what the hell?
It ended, and Kitty was like, "More, give me more."
Walter, if you don't get me by the first page, you're right. It is a problem. If you can't get me by the first page, then why am I reading this book?
Where is Slimungus? No, this is not Slimungus. Sorry, this is a demon. This is my favorite picture.
Ooh.
It was a demon that attacked some children in a school. Let me give it a big
Child murder is funny. No, I was kidding.
Don't mess with.
Actually, it is.
Yes, it's very funny.
Yeah,
Don't
especially in the
mess with it.
Junji Ito books.
So
Hold on.
one of the movies I saw recently was The Boogeyman, and dude, I laughed really hard in like the first 5 minutes.
There's some slime
Alright,
right
there for
there.
you.
Holy
There's,
shit!
but there's a there
There's
should be a picture
romance.
in
There's
there.
romance.
Oh,
well then I'm
And the and then there's the where
You don't need to see that.
there's a I think there's a picture of the slime monster climbing using a Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton to move about.
Yes. Let me find him. Can't believe how far. Okay, there's. You can see her here. There is a nice little picture of her. I like her.
Yes. Was she everything you expected her to be? Because I know you had some
Yes.
theories.
I had some theories. I knew, but then they're just like. I had some theories, and then. Okay. Where are you, Slimungus?
she's like, I can't find him. Where
And
are
he's
you?
supposed to be massive.
And it's 300 and something easily read pages.
Yeah, it's a very informal sort of format. So it's like here is the story.
I could finish that in a day or two. I've read books
No,
that
you
are
could. You could.
they're
I just
Definitely.
dragged it out.
a lot longer than that.
And it's pretty fast paced. Each chapter has a story all in its own. There we go.
Oh wow,
Oh yeah, nice. That's cool.
that is awesome.
Yeah. So how many
And,
kids die in it?
Quite a
There-
few.
Yeah, there are quite a few.
Ooh,
Quite a
that'll be
few.
But they're
fun.
teenagers, okay?
Okay, well,
Yeah, the
No,
teenagers get it better than the school age kids.
I see.
The
Because I recently rewatched Titanic the other day, and that was pretty funny.
Well, I mean, speaking about Titanic, my friend gave me the spark notes of what happened to those people, and when he told me the version he gave me instead of what the media's, I was like,
Dude,
They're
they were dead before they even knew what happened to them.
I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for what happened to those people. Like I feel bad that they
Think about
died,
this.
but like,
It's a 2 mile difference between the surface and the seabed where the Titanic is. It takes about a few hours to get down there.
yeah.
I hear the Titanic tours now has a second attraction.
Oh, guys.
That's a good. You should probably. That should be
So
a tweet right there.
think about this too. It's about 7,000 pounds of pressure per square inch down there. It only takes roughly around 1,000 to crush a human skull completely.
No,
So yeah, when that thing imploded, they were dead. They were dead before they even knew what happened to them. So in a way, I guess that was probably the best case scenario, is that they went out that way and didn't suffocate.
Yeah.
Can,
Yeah.
It's-
Which
it's-
one would you
it-
like? Yeah.
Just really quickly, Andrew, it's more like reading a season of a TV show.
Yeah. That's the. You have to just understand that that's the format. And then once you've got that, then you understand. It's not like a traditional sort of novel that, sets everything up and it has a narrative in that structure. It's the story. It's reading the. Yeah, it's like you said. It's because you created it. You know exactly how to describe it. Yes.
Characters and situations that you see throughout it wind up contributing to an overarching story.
Yes.
That arching? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
And there winds up being let me just go ahead and say this. There's an intelligent fish.
That's what it's called.
That is Rise of the Masterfish. And when you read the Masterfish, I implore you to hear Plankton's voice in your head.
Oh.
Yes, I will rule you all, you hairless monkeys.
He really does. He thinks a lot of himself, and you're like, it's just so funny. It's just funny. Every bit of it is funny. Like the lines are so quirky, and I laughed quite a lot. There was one, I don't know, it was about their feelings were hurt because they're fighting against fish, and then the fish get hurt, but they don't die. But they have more like hurt feelings because they've never been hurt before. Just that sort of quirky line. It's just zinging just all the time. I really enjoyed that. That was fun.
I just had one question. If Nate, or anyone can explain it, what do they mean by it imploded? Like I'm trying to.
So when you think
videos of implosions,
basically it's the reverse of an explosion. When something explodes, it goes outward. When something implodes, it collapses in on itself, pretty much.
Picture a can of pop and you're crushing it. That's imploding. It's crushing in.
Yeah, or picture them getting a red ring of death while using
it's
Xbox
basically
controller.
It's basically like this.
Yeah, because all the air
without the
hand
hands.
is not there.
Without the
It just
hand.
does it itself.
It's the pressure outside just pushing in.
And it would have shattered, like basically.
And the reason it implodes is because there's the air inside the submersible, so that it actually has the.
I will tell you right now, the internet does not give a damn about anybody's feelings, and this whole thing just proves it.
Yeah, I feel bad for the one kid who was forced on. Other than
he was
that,
scared. From what I heard.
Yeah.
Well, they want to tell you that he was scared. They want to demonize his dad for taking him on a $1 million trip
Meantime, it's like
to
it's
see
just
something exciting that he would never see before, like his own father's death.
I find it funny that they interviewed James Cameron about the whole thing, and he basically, the entire interview basically amounted to
Watch
him
this,
going,
Warren. Boom. That's what happened.
Basically, the entire thing amounted
We're going to
him
see the
going,
Titanic.
I love how after that happened, YouTube started recommended everyone James Cameron's Deep Sea.
I know. But he basically said, no, I wouldn't have fucking got on it because they had gone down there a few times with it already, and they were warned to basically not go down there again. And they did
it had been there. Yeah. I've watched all of the videos that from the nerds and whatever that they've come out. There's like millions of views on these things now because everybody wants to hear about how it happened and what exactly was so crap about this thing. And it's actually amazing that it made one trip, or I think it was 1 or 2 trips down, but they didn't have any regard for how many times this thing could withstand that pressure. Usually, something like that doesn't go down that many times.
Yeah, the entire
got a limit.
the entire thing was
Yeah.
an experimental submarine
And yeah, they signed that away.
piloted with one
the
of
number
these.
of hours of air that they had for themselves really played no part in what happened, because once you get a fracture that low down in the ocean, the implosion happens instantaneously. They didn't even feel anything when they passed away.
Mm-hmm.
They just
they crushed.
boom.
Yeah, they were crushed.
And so the amount of oxygen they had was nothing. The apparently the Coast Guard heard the implosion happen, but needed to verify that's what they heard on that a week ago today.
I don't blame them for
so that's probably why they stopped people from going down there who had ways of getting down there, because there was nothing for them to recover at that point. You know, by the time people started looking for them, you know, they'd already become snacks.
And they said they found them where some odd 1,000 feet from where the Titanic is, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they were getting telemetry and locations information for the sub from outside of the sub. That's one of the ways they saved money, was by keeping the weight and the instruments out of there. So they got their information by text.
I'm just waiting for a
That's how they knew who they were at.
The guy didn't like being interrupted by this is like, you know, the part of the demonization of the CEO guy that just didn't like being interrupted by the status reports and things, and just didn't
Well, now now the company's trying. They're trying to deflect the blame away from themselves now, and that's become that exactly. Anyone that's not them.
I mean,
it's like, well, they
I guess they can't do that.
Thing.
Yeah, they can't do that.
You know, they
Xbox 360 sponsorship anymore.
They used to. They used to, whenever they had issues and they couldn't go down and they'd already taken people's money, they wouldn't issue refunds. They would do redos, and I don't think they're doing those anymore.
The funniest meme I think I've seen come out of this whole thing is it's a picture of the sub, and you know the notification you get when you're playing an Xbox game and your controller dies. It says, "Please reconnect controller."
No, there needs to be one where there needs to be one where it's the red ring of death.
You ever experience controller drift when you're playing?
Yeah.
Controller drift. I'm not familiar with that term.
No, it's like when one of the joysticks gets stuck and you start moving to the side.
Oh yeah.
Uncontrollably.
I don't beat the fuck out of my controllers, so no.
Yeah, it happened with older controllers a lot, and
it did, yeah. But
and the Nintendo Switch.
I know my cousin does, because he throws his controllers at walls and shit when he gets pissed off.
Jesus. Well, anyway, I do have to ask everybody, who are they going to cast in the live action adaptation of this?
Of what?
Of this incident. They're going to make a movie, right?
Oh yeah, probably Russell Crowe.
They're definitely going to make a movie after this for sure.
We can have
Nicholas Holtz,
Shia LaBeouf. No.
Yeah, Nicholas Holtz or Bill Skarsgård.
It's just that it's going to have to just be all about the build-up and all of the. They're going to have to investigate.
Elliot Page can play the 19-year-old. No.
Jonathan Pryce.
Okay, with that being said, I am out of here. You guys have
I'm sorry.
For me on. No, you're fine. I'm actually feeling hungry. It's lunchtime for me. So.
Okay. Well, enjoy The Flash, Warren, because it's a terrible film, but I know without spoiling, your jaw's gonna.
Bad.
No, it is, but without spoiling.
Don't listen to this man, Warren.
No, listen,
enjoy it.
Listen, your jaw is going to drop when you see some of the cameos in it. Mine did too, and that's why now I have TMJ. So,
for anyone who has seen The Flash, the way Warren looks right now, I'm getting deja vu.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Please explain.
Turn to your right. Turn to your right, Warren. Turn to your right. No, turn your head, not the whole body. Like, look to your right.
I'm looking to my right.
Oh, never mind.
You'll understand what I'm talking about when you see it, man.
Oh.
Go enjoy it for what it is, but just know it does have some problems, and I think you'll pick up on them.
Some.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe be pleasantly
You
surprised.
will find fault in everything you see.
I'm gonna enjoy it as a Flash fan, but I'm sure I'm gonna, stomp on my.
I mean, you're going on a date as well, aren't you? You're taking out that Asian lady with you to go see it.
So hopefully you'll poke holes in the box this time.
Does anybody?
That would be the replacement.
Who here outside of Cole and Jid knows the story about this?
Don't get into it, Warren.
I have no idea what you're referencing.
I don't want to be called in as a character witness. No.
This is not the case.
This is not the show, but I will say that this.
Oh, it's an MSK. Is it an MSK?
It wasn't MSK. It's funny enough. This was all by Road Comics. This was not MSK.
Everything always goes back to MSK.
Yeah, it's her arch nemesis, Road Comics.
Road Comics brought this up, not MSK. Believe it or not, this was un-MSK'd. So, yeah, but
un-MSK'd.
Well, you can tell us on his show.
I will tell it on that show because it's age appropriate.
I don't think we're gonna play D&D this upcoming weekend, so I'll probably make an appearance on the MSK show.
Okay, Nate, what version do you play?
We're playing 5e.
Guys.
So you're playing the wrong version.
Oh, wait. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me do this real quick. I wanted to say goodbye to Warren real quick.
I had a great time with you last night.
Okay, guys. You have a good one.
See you,
Take
Warren.
care.
Bye.
Take care.
And I think we've traveled into rare territory where we don't normally go, talking about the news and things of that nature.
Yes.
So
True, Joker.
it's probably time we should move on. So, guys, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for all of the fun and enjoyment.
The graphic novel.
Don't forget the graphic novel.
I would show my face and wave to everybody, but my camera's dead. It died.
Yeah. We don't want to know what you're doing with your hands, so that's fine.
Hey.
Since we were focused on Warren the whole time, you went blank. So let's leave with a little happy music, shall we?
Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.